Vanakkam Germany family, welcome back to the channel. If you are expecting a baby in May 2025 or later, first of all, congratulations and stick around because some important changes are coming to the way of parental allowance and parental leave. These updates are part of a new law passed in late 2024 called the 4th Bureaucracy Relief Act. I know it maybe sounds super dry, but it actually brings some pretty helpful improvements for parents like you. So let's dive in and break it down all with real examples and quick look at how things used to be versus how things will work now. Before we dive in, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Priya and I create videos about rules, regulations and life in Germany. I also offer one-on-one consultation on various topics such as insurance, investment, business setups and more. If you are looking for guidance or personalized support, feel free to book an appointment. The appointment link is given in the description. I am here to help you out. So without further delay, come let's get started. Start with something that used to be a real pain. First update is about the original birth certificate. Until now, if you wanted to apply for parental allowance or Elterngeld, you had to get the original birth certificate from Standesamt with specific note that it is for parental allowance purpose. Then you had to send it by post to the Elterngeldstelle. If it got lost in the mail, bad luck. You have to order and pay for another copy. From May 2025, it's gonna be changed. When you fill out your Elterngeld application, you will now be able to tick a box giving permission for Elterngeldstelle to retrieve the necessary data directly from the Standesamt digitally. No more waiting around, no extra trip to Standesamt, no mailing official documents. For example, let's say you live in Berlin and you just had a baby. In the past, you need to go to the Bürgeramt, request the birth certificate and you have to pay a fee. You have to send the physical document to the Elterngeldstelle for the application purpose. Now, you have to just tick a box in your Elterngeld application while applying it and your job is done there. Now, it's the time for the Elterngeldstelle. So, the Elterngeldstelle people retrieve your kid's birth details directly from the Standesamt. So the work is very simple, fast and no paperwork here. They will take all the details from the Standesamt and they do the process further. If you are starting business in Germany, you need to open a bank account and you need some insurances to protect your business. So if you are wondering which is the best option, you can also use our comparison calculator in our website where you can check with all the providers and you can choose the best which suits you. Next update is about the parental leave. In future, you can now apply a parental leave and part-time parental leave by email. Before, it was in the Schrift form, which is a written format, which means you have to sign the letter, print it out, and either you can send it by the post or you can hand it over to the office direct. From May 1, 2025, that's no longer necessary. Parental leave and request for part-time work during parental leave can now be submitted in the text form, which includes an email. Why is that awesome? Because it's faster, easier, and you no need to print it out, put it in the envelope and extra trip for the post office. For example, imagine this. You have just had your baby. You are exhausted and you wanted to reduce your working hours during your parental leave. So, you have to write a formal letter, print it out, sign it and mail it to your employer or send it by the post. Now, you can just send an email with your request. That's it. Done. No need to download any forms or no need to write anything and you don't need to pay an extra time for it. An important note is this only applies if your baby is born on or after May 1, 2025. For earlier births, the old rules still apply. So double check your timeline and act accordingly. Next update for the most impactful changes, especially for moms. More flexibility in how your income is calculated for parental allowance, specifically during pregnancy-related illness. First, let me tell you old rule for your better understanding. If you are sick during pregnancy and earned less, for example, if you were on sick pay after 6 weeks where you were receiving Krankengeld, you could ask to exclude those months from your income calculation for Elterngeld. But only if your income actually went down. So, what's the new rule? From May 1, 2025, that income loss requirement is gone. You can now exclude pregnancy-related sickness months even if your income didn't drop, as long as you have a doctor's note states that the sick leave was pregnancy-related. Why does this matter now? Because sometimes the stress or health issue during pregnancy don't result in reduced income. Maybe you had to pay sick leave or you were only out of your few weeks before. You had no flexibility in these cases. Let me tell you an example. Let's take a person called Anna. Anna is employed and she gets a full salary for the first 6 weeks of sick leave. Under the old rule, she couldn't exclude those weeks from her income calculation because her pay didn't change. Now she can, which means her income average won't be lowered by a time when she was not feeling well. Before, she couldn't exclude those months. Now she can, as long as her doctor confirms the illness was pregnancy related. This changes means more mothers will be able to maximize their parental allowance, and that's a real good thing. Let's wrap it up with the quick summary. No more original birth certificate needed. You can approve digital access in your application. Parental leave and part-time leave can be requested by email. No more printing and mailing forms. Pregnancy-related sick leave can now be excluded from income calculation even without a drop in earnings, which gives you more flexibility and more potential and more money. And again, these changes only apply if your baby is born from May 1, 2025 onwards. If you found this helpful, give our video thumbs up and consider subscribing channel to more know about the Germany. And let me know in the comments which of these changes do you think is the most useful, or do you have any questions about any specific situation. I would love to hear from you and I am happy to help you out. I will see you in yet another video. Until bye bye from Vanakkam Germany Priya, and bye bye Vanakkam Germany family.